Another thing I love about the book is the importance of lists. The list you made for yourself about who you were looking for in life and how you carried it with you. The idea, as a woman, I married in my late 30s, and as a woman, I loved reading the chapter about when you know, because it talked about your process of stopping looking for someone. You stopped dating, you stopped looking, and you focused on yourself. I just loved that. I thought it was such great advice. But can you tell everybody, just give them whatever you want to sprinkle in, the nuggets from the list that you made through how Nick met your mom for the first time, which was terrible of you. You didn't warn. I forgot. Very, very bad girl.
She never forgave me for that. It was so funny.
Well, it was an odd way to meet a young man that you like a lot. So how did your mom and Nick, like everybody gets so nervous when a guy they like is going to meet the parents. Go ahead, tell that tale.
Well, it was really funny. This was before the first time. The first time I met Nick was at a Vanity Fair after party. But we were both going to the Met Gala together, and, we were both in New York. And this was 2 years before we started dating. So, we were like, all right, we should meet. And just, I didn't know, was it a date? Was it not? We just went out for dinner. And because I was late, I was working and I was late. The where we were shut down. It was the Carlisle Hotel, and it shut down. And we were still having a conversation. So I was like, why don't we go to my place? And Nick wanted to have a cigar, and I was like, I have a balcony, it'll be great. I forgot my mom was with me at that point, and I forgot to tell my mom. I told Nick, I was like, my mom's at home. I hope that's all right. And he was like, yeah, that's great. But I didn't tell my mother. And we arrived at home, and I opened the door, and she thinks that it's, me coming back home, and she's laying down on the couch, her legs up in her nightgown watching SVU, which is our favorite show. And I walk in with this dude, and my mom was mortified.
She's in?
Okay, had to run inside.
Me and your mom, we could roll, because I am always watching Law and Order in my pajamas. Not a nightgown. I'm a PJ girl. I got pants on. But that is so funny. But they have both forgiven you since, yes.
Yes, very much so.
My mother would have never spoken to me again, that's for sure.
Well, I didn't know it was supposed to be that. I didn't know Nick was going to be that guy. I didn't know that. That was the first time ever. It was...
Well, tell everybody about the list, about the idea that you had, that you literally made a list.
Well, I'd just come out of, my last relationship, and I kept making the same mistake again in my relationships. I'd prioritize the other person, or it always ended up being toxic. And I was like, I really thought that I needed to spend time to think about, why did my relationships become like that? So on the advice of my best friend Tamanna and her husband, actually, Sudeep, he told me, write down 5 non-negotiable things. So I wrote down the 5 things that I was like, all right, this is non-negotiable for me. And I swear to God, as soon as I sort of gave that up and I took a dating hiatus and I spent time on myself and I started just embracing life again, Nick came into my life, and sort of the longest relationship you'll ever have with anyone is yourself. DBF said that to me, and that really I was like, that's so true.
Dan Van Furstenberg. And there are great quotes throughout the book that you said you chose because of the content of the chapter, but I love what a thoughtful writer that you are, and how you connect with people on a really, really human level. It's a very honest book. I liked it very much. I really did. It was a real page turner. I honestly, I couldn't put it down once I started. I'm like, wow. And I love that there's the accident of fate, which if you believe in that pattern of life, is not accidental at all.
Not at all.
The beauty and that rhythm that goes through the book is so delightful, because I too adhere to that and believe in that.